back to the program. You're watching Morning Thailand with Tulip and Golf. Now, of course, I have one interesting news. Kratom leaves
Right.
Tulip. Of course, you might have marijuana and such. We have Kratom. And we're trying to, or, you know, at least Justice Minister
Right.
is the one that pushing for this, saying that let's take it out of the list.
Let's
of
legalize
narcotics.
it.
Pretty much, you know, because it's supposed to be on the list of the narcotic drugs and such. Obviously, Kratom itself apparently is not that powerful in terms of trying to give you hallucination and such. It just eases you a little. But once you mix with something else, that's when it's create a lot more problem. Same as the painkillers or any other types of drugs. If you find a way to actually enhance its abilities to pretty much suppress your brain.
Like hydrocodone that you report. the other
Exactly.
day.
So that would create a lot of problem. Now, of course, at this point, the National Council authorities has came out and said that there might not be such a bad idea. They actually back this, and you'll be surprised, a lot more people are backing this. Even public health minister said that they will have to see whether or not they could create some kind of studies that could, truly show that it will help in terms of maybe alternative medicinal treatment kind of thing, because instead of using morphine and such, maybe you can use this and try to legalize it. And at this point they say that due to the fact that Kratom is used a lot down south, some people actually think that it might be a good idea to legalize it, because they say that a lot of villagers in the southern part of Thailand actually use this, and they say that it ended up being that sometimes the authorities when they make arrest of the terrorist suspects and such, since they are suspects, the police or the authority would use Kratom as a way to make a case that this is why you're arrested and such. So some of the villagers are not very happy with it and is very sensitive. So they say that this actually might help. Not saying that it will help totally, but it might help.
Might help to mend the conflicts between the
Pretty
local
much.
and the local police.
Because obviously there's a lot of conflict down there, misunderstanding and such, and that's why maybe we get a lot less cooperation with them. Now they say that in Malaysia, Kratom is legalized as well.
Okay.
So, it's not illegal. Therefore, that means that, a lot of people can use it. And since we situate very close, sometimes I guess, you go into the area and such, there's a blur line and, maybe you want to grow just like your neighboring countries growing. Now they say that with this, obviously the reporters have to ask whether or not, so they ask Lieutenant General Pradam Pranataput about the whole BRN demands, whether or not that's still, in place. Well, of course, obviously he said that they still have to wait at this point to see the actual official demands that will come out, because they just see the one from the social network.
Right.
And they requested Malaysian mediator already that there should be a little bit more in terms of clarity in terms of this. So just to give you a little bit more, General Prayut Chan-o-cha, the army chief, obviously said that, well, he have seen, Kratom has been lifted here and there from the other countries in terms of legal and narcotics drugs list. But he said that the main thing is that the authority will have to give the police as well as the soldiers clear regulations in terms of what can and cannot be done.
So the police cannot just abuse the law.
Exactly. Or the police will know exactly what they have to do, because the thing is, if you blur the line, if you're not make it clear enough, they ended up cannot do their job accordingly. So at this point, I guess they're gonna have to wait whether or not this is gonna be legalized, and if it is, then what to do in terms of what can you do with it? Can you eat it? Can you not consume it? Can you not mixing it with something else? Things
Sound
like
like the possibility is high, because a lot
Right.
of people just agree with it in the principle. So I
Pretty
guess
much.
there will be more
I thought
details.
it's not going to be that high, but I guess it's high. Right.
Anyway, next news, just a little bit update on the reform panel. No, I shouldn't use this time. Anyway, so we hear since the beginning the Democrat Party said they opposed the reform panel.
Right.
They refused to join, and all they had been asking the government to pull the amnesty bill, the starter of all conflicts at the moment, off the table. As we know that it already in process in the parliament, so there's no way they can pull it out now.
Right.
So finally, Banharn Silapa Acha, the former well-respected, I would say, politician that also right now working as the main coordinator of the reform panel between all sides, has come out and said that he will approach Democrat Party again to join the reform panel. So of course the journalists would have to ask Apisit Vechachiwa, the head of Democrat Party himself, what does he think about Banharn saying in public that he will propose Democrat again? He said, yeah, they're ready to talk.
Right.
But they didn't say they would join reform panel. They're ready to talk with one condition. They want the government to slow down the process of passing amnesty bill. Now it's coming down from, this is a softer version of it already. Remember, they used to say that they would not join the reform panel until the government take it out. But now it said, okay, it doesn't have to be taken out, but they would like the government to slow down the process.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Some improvement at least, because the thing
But it's from only one side though.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, if you're talking about compromise or negotiation, it should be two sides meet each other. But right now, it's just from the Democrat that. But I guess they cannot put the stand on the first stance on take it off only, because there's no way they can do that now. But yeah, at least it's changed from that to just ask the government to slow this down, and they want the government to actually use the result from the study of there was a committee that set up during Democrat government party to come up with some suggestion and the solution to reform the country. If we remember, it's headed by Anand Panyarachun and Pravet Wasi.
We have so many reform panels.
Yes,
it's not even funny. It's like,
but that one happened. That one already happened,
Right.
and already concluded, and half the report came out.
What did we do with the report?
Nothing. That's why Democrat Party or Apisit Vechachiwa in particular is asking government to consider the result of that report.
That's good, because that's already been done too.
Yes. Anyway, we're going to take a short break. We'll come back and we will discuss something in political analysis.
Right, on the Constitution, on the Constitution Court.
Okay.
Apparently they're going to get new chairman and the judges, so we're going to hear about it. I have heard that there's a little interesting politics stuff going on there.
Right.
Yeah, different sides getting, in power and such, so please stay tuned.